Ah, Aaron, man, what's going on? We got another episode, man. A flag on the culture. How we doing today, man?
Flag on the culture, man. I can't call it, man. Just blessed to be here, man. Blessed to be in your presence, man. Blessed to have another informational podcast for the people.
Man, what's going on, you guys? We got another episode of Flag on the Culture. Aaron, how you doing tonight, man?
Man, I can't complain, man. Another night, another day to get it, man. How you doing, Coach? How you doing, Coach Ike? How you
Man,
doing, man?
I'm doing blessed, man. It's gonna be us two tonight, man. We got some good topics to discuss on this wonderful night. It's a lot of things going on in the world that we gotta talk about and bring up. So y'all make sure y'all enjoy, y'all listen up and enjoy, man, because we got some good topics to talk about, man. And what
Drop
you
the
got
gems,
cooking up
man.
though? What you got cooking up, man?
Man, summer camp coming to an end this Friday, July 11th. Um, it's been real productive. Um, we got a minor setback, all for a major comeback. Got a lot more kids to sign up within the program this summer. Um, right now, I'm planning a clinic. I want to put together a small clinic, show the kids how to tackle before they go into their seasons. Just put something small together for them. So right now, I'm just planning that, putting that together. Hopefully, I can have that in the runnings before August 15th. I will have it before August 15th. Um, so man, just pushing forward, man. Still giving back, still staying blessed, man. Still doing the best that I can to keep one foot in front of the other, regardless of the distractions or anything that the devil sends my way, man. Thank you for asking, man. I hope all is well with my boy over there, man. What's some things you got cooking up, man? What you got? What Coach Ike got going on over there, man? I seen you had some things. I seen you checked out your I checked out your Instagram. You had some good posts. You had some nice things up there, man. Tell the people about what you got out there.
Yeah, man, I had a throwback, man. Had a throwback with you on there, bro. And people, I don't know.
Oh,
You got some people, bro. They some I'm not gonna say they know it all, but I would just be like, hey man, this is all for learning. If y'all understand it, you understand it. I can't give everything to y'all for free, but man, just trying to inspire and bless, man, trying to help people. Like I said last week, man, I got this pilot coaching staff or helping coaches, trainers, DB coaches. If you want to become a defensive coordinator, if you desire to, become a coach at the next level, move up, whether you're in high school or you want to go to the college rankings or a professional. I got a pilot program where helping you as a coach, sharpen your craft, improve your players, and get noticed, man, and make some money at the same time. So I have that going on, as well as we also have our DB membership. Man, if y'all not in it, y'all missing out, bro. We have all virtual, so $10. We talking about less than a Chipotle bowl. Man, it's a monthly subscription. Definitely want to tap in on that. Sharpen your skills in all areas. If you are local, we have our DB membership where you get to train with me in person as well as the group training. Also, you get access to our virtual platform. We go over film study. We go over chalk talks. And depending on what tier you're in, we also go over NIL, finance, and how to manage your money, all these things, and also marketing yourself and branding. So we'll get in some topics today about that. But yeah, man, that's what we got going on, got cooking, and we got some things in the future that's coming up as well that is gonna be surprising to some, but not to us. You feel me?
yeah, man. I just wanted to, man, with the packages you got, I know you can't. I know it's exclusive, and I know you got some information that you can't give up. Um, but what allowed you to go in that direction of starting packages of giving back to coaches as well? Did you see a need in that? Did you see a niche? Did you see like what made you think what made you start that program?
So the whole thing was really the kids. I saw the need from the kids, and I know I'm just one person, and regardless if I train in different areas, different cities, different states, I can only be where I'm at. And the only other way to duplicate myself is helping others, helping other coaches as well. And they have a better influence or understanding of the kids in their area. The kids relate to them. Now it's about the coaches connecting, their personality and then the skill set with the players. And if you help out the players or the coaches, then they can help the players build on their craft and get where they want to go. So that was my whole thing, man. Bridging that gap between coaches to coach and then coach to player, where now it's a high level and now everybody can eat for the most part. It's nothing about being selfish. It's more so about being for the kids.
I like that. I like that. So it's something that is for everybody, of course.
Well, only for DBs, like I said, and this is for the coaches who really, it takes some ego, it takes some pride out of it, man, to actually say like, hey, I don't know too much about this, or I want to sharpen my craft, right? I want to get better, and I want to develop myself, and then at the same time, I want to be able to help these kids. And if you just want to do it for income, there's nothing wrong with it, man, because everybody won't. I asked a lot of people ask me a lot of questions. I even had a scout like, man, how is training? Like, how is it? He's like, everybody's intrigued by it. They want to do it, but they don't understand really like what it really takes.
So I understood you. I understand that you gave us some small things and about what it takes to be a trainer. But from your personal opinion and things that you've grown and you've seen, what are some what is some advice you can give to other trainers? What is something that you can uh, allow them to do, even if it's expanding their brand? Just what's some advice you can give to trainers out here if they just getting started? For ones just getting started. Um, or for ones even who have that'll be a two-part question. Um, for ones getting started and ones who have been in the game for a long time, how do they stay afloat with the new generation?
Well, the first thing I would say, get a structure. Understand how you gonna run your training sessions, and that's different for everybody. Um, like for instance, I see a lot of trainers, and we just talking about DB trainers. All they do is work on footwork, and for the most part, it's more to DB than just footwork. So you got to understand how you're gonna structure and get everything in a allotted time. So that's one thing. And then I would say after that is building relationships. Building relationships is key. Of course, we already got some people who, if you played already, if you know somebody, but it's about building relationships with people you don't know and getting comfortable and putting yourself out there. Those two things really is going to keep you afloat, because the more people who know what you do, and of course, once you do tell them what you do, of course, the product got to speak for itself. You got to have some testimonies. You got to have some results to back it up, because you might be able to talk a good game at first, but at the end of the day, if there's no fruit bearing off your tree, those clientele are going to leave at some point in time. So if you come up with a structure and then build up the relationships, I think those are two things that any trainer can do, especially building their business.
Now, for a second generation, for not second generation, for this two-part question, how do you allow uh, a trainer who is maybe stuck in his old ways to have a better understanding about how to adapt to the younger generation?
See, I don't think you gotta adapt. I think you just gotta be yourself. Like for me, I'm kind of old school as far as how I go about my training sessions. I expect the expectation, but at the same time, I also communicate that with my kids. I'm not a rah rah yelling in your face. I've never been that type. But at the same time, I you have to be relatable just a little bit. So you got to show some vulnerability as far as a trainer, a coach. So if you be vulnerable and tell some mistakes that you did, because these kids for the most part they don't know who you are. they might look you up and stuff like that. It's not the same of the person that they interact with on a daily basis. They see the player. They need to understand the man, the woman, whoever it is, right? So if you're able to be yourself, but also at the same time be vulnerable enough where the kid can relate to you, because I'm not perfect. I still make mistakes when I do drills. I still make mistakes when I coach. All these things, and they need to understand that, like, you gonna make mistake, I'm gonna make mistake. That's the whole part. That's the whole purpose of us out here trying to get better. It's not just a client thing. It's also me as a coach as well, a trainer as well, getting better.
Yeah, I appreciate that, and that's helping me as well. Even while we had these conversations, people, I want y'all to understand we're ground workers. As we're giving information, we are also working on things to help us better ourselves as well. So uh, sometimes we like to use these moments here. Flag on the culture is, it could be a therapy session for both of us, but it ultimately we want to just get information across, just to let you guys know, what we've experienced and stuff like that. So maybe some of you guys might think they're bumps in the road that you don't have to endure. Um, and if you think those aren't humps in the road and you think those are paths that you want to take, then man, to each his own. And that's all we're here to do. We just want to inspire you and get you to better understand how, man, it's different ways and it's different people to reach out to that you can ask questions to, and um, ultimately who's been a part of your village your whole life that you never really even valued, or you never really even took the understanding to have the self value or value them in a way to where um, their information is evident to you. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we doing this flag on the culture for, man. We giving y'all some gems. We dropping information, man, that some of y'all might know about it, might not know about us personally, but also just in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just in the world today.
Man, you brought up something though too. Is two things. As far as coaches too, you have your village, right? And you might outgrow your village as far as the knowledge that you are the person you want to become, and you have to go outside of that, and you have to be vulnerable as an individual and be confident in yourself to reach out to people. Man, I reach out to people all the time if I don't know something and I don't have a relationship with them. I'm that type of guy. God said, "Ask and it should be given; seeking you should find; knocking the door should be open unto you." I ask questions, man. If I gotta pay, I'll pay, because it's not about taking advantage of somebody. It's about learning so I can get better and develop as myself to help individuals. But if you are trying to reach out sometimes and always get free information, it don't work like that. You got to have some skin in the game. And then this another thing, and we can go into a whole another thing about this, but being a coach or a trainer, especially a coach, it's going to it's going to really show what kind of person you are, like your flaws. So, an example of this, if you are at home, rather if you have a family, or you're a single person, if you don't have structure at your home, you won't have structure out on the football field. It's kind of like the same correlation between an athlete in class and what he do on the field. It's that same correlation. So any flaws that you have, and we all have flaws, they're going to pop up from your personal life into your coaching or training. So you need to understand this and work on those things. And once you work on those things, and this is all about self-awareness as a person and getting better. Yes, we all have flaws, but the thing is getting better as an individual to get better for your clientele in the long run. So you don't need to be stuck there. You just need to be aware of these things and work on it and get better.
Straight out.
Get better, man. Nah. There's
Man,
some good questions.
man, it's still celebrating out.
So, bro, man, where you wanna start off? Where you wanna start off tonight, man?
Say that again. Sorry about that.
Nah. I said where you wanna start off tonight, man? What topics you wanna? Wow.
Man, kind of going into it, what's the best advice? I want to start with that one real quick. Um, man, parents, I know it's a lot of parents out there that are afraid of social media due to all the things that happen within social media, all the things that have occurred over the years with social media. Um, but number one, I just want to ask you as a parent, me not yet being a parent, what is some advice you can give a parent to kind of help them take the fear out of um, allowing them to not necessarily adapt to the world, but understand that this is another door that can be open to your child's future within this specific realm of sports.
So social media, how do they handle the social media for their kids? Um, I think it's very key, but also at the same time, I think we need to be reasonable. Just because your kid is in youth sports at a young age, you don't need to start an account for them. They should even be on there probably. It's not till you know that you have something in your kids, and at the same time, you also have to make sure of what kind of image or brand that you having for your kids. So um, I'm trying to think of so this is kind of different, but it isn't. I just learned this. So those actress and actors that were on Disney Channel at a young age, right? All that is content. That's how you know these people. So the only difference is they're on a show, right? But they're put out there as a young kid. Now as they grow up, their brand is a little different. They're no longer children, you know, they're no longer Disney Channel, and that's where they struggle because their identity was there. We always saw them as a young adult, a kid, and they have now gotten a adolescence, and now they're older, and now they want to become, you know, sex symbols or you know shown as in a different light. But the whole thing is content at the end of the day. It's just a show. Social media is the same thing. So you have to make sure that you're putting content out for your kid and who they are. But at the same time, you also may not need to do that so early. If your kid is quitting on every sport and stuff like that, you don't need to put it. He's not going to go nowhere, unfortunately. You got bad habits. And then you can't be putting certain things out there as well that is, you know, you want to um these endorsements and stuff like that, but at the same time, you know, you just putting personal stuff or stuff that doesn't belong on there. So you got to be conscious and do your own research on what is acceptable and what's not. Now I will give some free game. um Unless you own the Pop Warner team, unless you own the high school, you shouldn't be putting anything up that you represent that Pop Warner or high school or college. You shouldn't, because that's not who you promote. You promoting your son, your daughter, whoever it is. That's who you should be promoting. You shouldn't be in your handle or whatever gear. All that stuff should be blotted out. That's free marketing for that team. And unless the team is paying you, with some type of, hey, if you put something out there with our gear, unless they paying you, yeah. But if they not, you don't need to be posting anything with that high school, youth sport, college, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's why I allowed that's a lot of the reason why they kind of allow the guys to post. When they do post, you got to kind of blot out your school name and stuff like that nowadays.
Well, I know the schools they fine with it. They don't have no issues, but now it's just getting to the point like you got to show who you are as a player. Who is the kid? Who is that young man, young woman? That's who brands are interested in. Not that you just play sports. Yep, not that you just play sports. So I wanna kind of change it up, man, because we talking about kind of youth and kids, parents. Um, I got a question for you, bro. What is one thing that you think that athletes take for granted, bro?
The same thing I think everybody in life take it for granted. Time.
Bro,
Time
can you?
being number.
Yeah. Can you break that down?
Yeah, I'm saying time being number one. I'll give you a personal example. I didn't take advantage of the necessary resources I needed for after college.
Mm.
So I didn't put my time in that area, I didn't put my network. I didn't put my time in that area for me to be a better networker, to have better success once I graduated from college. And I think that with every level that you go up in, this is me giving advice from not learning it. I think every level that you go to, you get a mentor for every single level. You get a mentor for every single level. I think there are a lot of people out here that want to relive their careers through their children or through other people's children, um, and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So it makes it a bit difficult when you face a situation as such, and you get a coach that is ego driven, or somebody who is necessarily not there for the full benefit of what the whole purpose is. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think time and valuing valuing those around you. Time valuing those around you. Um, yeah, because ultimately, I think if you put the time into more things, you're more successful. So that's just how I feel about it. And then you being a better networker, you becoming a person of network. I was automatically like that, so I can't necessarily speak for everybody else. But I know nowadays it's a lot of kids that uh, they'll assume because the way somebody looks that they'll now have a whole narrative on them. Just because a coach looks mean, now they won't talk to the coach, or just because somebody else had an experience and brought that experience to that coach or to that mentor or to that business. Now that business doesn't want anything to do with that person, or you know what I'm saying. Rather than allowing that person to have their own experience for them, you know what I'm saying. So,
Mm-hmm.
just really getting those correct mentors in your life to get you to understand the directions that you want to move in and the directions that you're going in time, man. Like those are some things that I personally think that athletes don't value. Um, those are things personally think that athletes don't value, but I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm just throwing a flag on the coach and myself. You know what I'm saying? Just letting them know what it pretty much is. But what would you say, bro? What's your opinion on that?
So I think you're absolutely right when it comes to time. That was my answer as well, and I'm gonna give a personal reason as for that because for those who don't know, I had a stroke at 29 years old, 2019. Um, I'm 34 now, about to turn 35, and what I would do at that point in my life, I feel like I just figured out, like, man, if I had this information, I would have been killing it. Like I was in training camp when it happened, and I was having the best camp of my life, like ever in football. Like I mean, I'm picking off every throw. I'm talking about there wasn't a completion on me for days. I'm not even talking about like there was a catch in between. There's no completion, and I'm talking about if it is, it's a completion. I'm like I intercept the pass. That's how locked in I was. And then for me to have a stroke, it was just like it's all gone. And the young don't understand. I was trying to explain this to one of my clients. He's a young kid. I said, look, let's say if you didn't know me and you made it to the NFL, the player you are now, you'll be going off all athleticism and all pure talent. And you might have success, you may not. But the thing is, you will still be trying to figure it out.
You won't
Now,
last as long.
you said what?
You won't last as long.
Exactly, because you trying to figure out like routine, you trying to figure all these things out. Now, mind you, let's say if you get tapped in, like you talk mentorship or coach or trainer, whatever it is, and they speed your learning process up. So you might be 13 physically, but at the age of 15, you're a pro mentally. Like you see the game as a pro. You understand everything as a pro. Like film, you understand, angles, you understand tackling, you understand it at 15 years old. By the time you get professional, because you was already gonna get there anyways, you already so much ahead of the curve where now you're gonna be able to have success right away and maintain it. And this is what kids don't understand. We do have time, but in the grand scheme of things, you don't have time. And it's crazy if you really think of that, because from the time you start playing Pop Warner football at 6, 7 years old to the time you probably can get drafted, that's around 18, 19 years old, depending on not 18, but 19, 20, 21 years
It's
old that
still
you
about 12 years, 11 to
yeah.
13 years.
So there's a time span that has to go by though. But it's just going to determine of how much you've grown though. Have you speed up that time, that 12-year, 13-year, have you speeded up mentally though? So when you do get to your final destination, you ready, or are you still behind? So when you get there, it's kind of like, oh, I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't prepared for this. And you don't put your best foot forward, and now you got regret. So, man, for people to understand, it's like it's so hard to explain this, but at the same time, if you understand the concept, is like you really don't have time. Like you got to accelerate everything now, because in my situation, for me, I was about to have the best season I believe in my career professionally, and then have a stroke and it all be gone. That's just how life is sometimes.
Yeah, man. We're sorry to hear that, man. I remember talking to you about that, man. And it's crazy that you said you was completing every pass, because I remember you came back that year, and I think that's the year Darion was playing football, and he had a workout with you one of them times or something like that. He's like, dude, every route I ran, he ran like, man, I couldn't even. I'm like, that's what happens when you locked in, bro. That's he running your routes for you, doing everything for you. Like, no, man, I just didn't understand how he already knew where to be. Like he was breaking at the same time. I'm like, yeah, well, that's that preparation right there, man. So I know what you mean. I didn't see you in action. I didn't see you in action. It don't matter what kind of quarterback. And the quarterback did have to be there. You looked like the receiver the entire time when we was I've seen you get down like that, man. So I understand how it would, man. But I'm sorry to hear that, man. Sorry to hear about that, man. I know it's a while back, but I'm still sending my love and condolences to you, just because we don't know where. And I don't like to speak like this as much, but it'll be a total different. It'll be a total different conversation right now, or we'll be talking about retirement.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying, from Browns or somebody like that, because I'm for sure, I know they would have loved to have you next to Denzel Ward or somebody.
Man, bro. But God got a plan, man.
Yeah.
I wasn't sick. I'm just thankful, still here, blessed. I wasn't able to talk for a couple of hours. Mentally, I couldn't think, bro. That's the scariest thing. not knowing if I can mentally be myself and be able to think and communicate correctly. But I was just I talked to two people like earlier this week, and they talk about spouse or themselves has, someone had a stroke and that they still not the same. And I'm like, man, I just thank God for the opportunity, man, to still be here and doing it.
Man, I just want to send some love out to my boy Antoine Morris, Twan, man. Showing some love to my boy, man. I hope you're doing good, man. Keep your head up, man. You know, it's in the spirit, bro. I'm rooting for you in the spirit. I hope everything is all right with you, my boy.
Nah, man. Yes. Shout out to Twan, man. Twani, that's fam, bro. Family out there, man. Definitely send our condolence and love. Ah, man. What next question you got, bro?
Man, I just got NCAA 26, man. I don't know who to play with. It's a bunch of uh uncertainty on there, man. And the game came out 3 days early, so I was able to get it, man. But for me, I just kind of haven't really looked and dove into it. And I know you more of like an I'm not gonna say analyst, but you more of like a knowledgeable guy to where you look into things, bro. Who's your top four? What do you think gonna be the top four going into college playoffs this year?
So I I look at the game a little different. I don't get into all the media what they be talking about, right? Um, we'll talk about that another day as far as ranking. I don't think college nobody should be ranked until week 5 and based off your schedule. But I really like what Oregon got out there. I really do like, based off last year. Also I like Ohio State still. Who are some SEC teams? I don't know. I don't know.
LSU still got that quarterback.
Yeah, but their defense was poor last year. Um,
South Carolina got that quarterback.
yeah, he do. Their defense was shaky though too. And see, that's the thing though. That's the thing that we don't see. Like honestly, like everybody thinks it's about getting the best athletes, which in some aspect it is. But coaching is really what separates everybody. Like that's the reason why Nick Saban. That's why the SEC wins.
Yeah.
They get paid the most money, so let's not lie. The coaches, we talking about from a coaching standpoint, they get paid the most money, so they got the best guys at positions, right? And they're able to make adjustments. So when I'm talking about, I'm looking at the coaches more so than anything. That's why I think Ohio State. I think Georgia's going to be there still. I don't know about Michigan because I don't know if they still got a quarterback.
You think Utah can make a running back to the Rose Bowl?
Utah just lost their head coach, man. He retired, and they got a new guy, the defensive coordinator. So let's see how that. I was honestly.
His son?
You said what?
That was his son or his brother?
I'm not sure who it is, but I was surprised. I had Utah winning a Big 12 or wherever they at. I had them winning.
You don't got Whittingham no more. It might be ugly.
Yeah, I think it might be.
I honestly think, bro, a lot of these old school coaches is doing the same thing that Nick Saban did. They was just trying to stay with the. They was just trying to keep up with the Joneses, bro. I honestly think it's gonna be a lot of that.
So, well, Whittingham, he's a little different situation. They've been talking about he wanted to retire a long time ago, but it was who was going to take the mantle. So he a little different. I think BYU. Surely enough, people don't talk about BYU enough. BYU been making some noise, and I can see Notre Dame too.
Now, okay, so you got Oregon, Ohio State, Georgia, and Notre Dame.
Not Georgia, but did I say Georgia? Yeah. Georgia, Notre Dame, BYU, and Oregon. And Oregon. No, I had Ohio State.
Top 4?
Ohio State. That's what it was, not Georgia.
You think BYU will be in the top 4?
So the reason why I say this is because their whatchamacallit is going to be a little easier. Their schedule in conference, right? But I don't know who they play outside of conference. But BYU can play with anybody, with anybody. But their quarterback situation, I don't know.
They just got the 5-star quarterback.
I don't know if he gonna see. I don't know how it's gonna play out with the guy they just had though. So he was balling this year or this past season.
No, so the 5-star quarterback they just got is coming next year.
Got you.
The number one quarterback in the nation.
See, I don't. The ratings, them don't. That stuff don't mean nothing to me, man.
No, it don't mean nothing either. I know he's a good quarterback. I think he's an Oregon style quarterback. But like I said, I think ultimately their future is in next year rather than this year. They've been having a good coach. They've been having a good coach over there though. They got a good coach. They've been having a good little program for the last few years. So I can see where you're going in that direction. I just can't see BYU going that far ever.
Sure, BYU got them dogs, and they throwing that money out now. They throwing that money out. And see what people don't understand is NIL. It benefits some schools like the top schools. It also benefits some kids now. Some schools that normally wouldn't get no kids. Like it's some kids who are like, man, I remember when BYU came to recruit me. I'm like, man, I'm not about to be no Mormon. I'm not about to be you throw me some money though, like that. I'll go to BYU. Okay. I'll be up there.
Yeah, that's crazy because they got the number one basketball player and the number one football player.
And they coaching staff is legit, bro. It's legit.
Yeah.
It is
both
legit.
basketball and football. Yeah, that's the yeah, man, that's what I have for you, man. I just wanted to see who you think, and I like to ask people early, and I know you're not gonna change your answer, and then I like to ask people early, so then we can look back and be like, okay, I seen why you said this. I see why you seen this. Mm-hmm. But we also gonna talk about, man, I think we should bring on some flag on the culture episodes where we go week by week, college. Just going over maybe 5 or 6 teams, kind of doing like a broadcast type ESPN type thing, you know.
No, facts. No, we definitely can do that. Who you think your top 4 is gonna make it?
Oh man, for college, it's kind of hard right now, bro. I think somebody's gonna sneak in there that's not even supposed to be there. I honestly think it's gonna be somebody that's gonna like find their way up in there. I think SC's definitely coming back. I don't think they're gonna be top 4. Let me go top 4. I think Oregon for sure is gonna be in the top 4. I think Notre Dame will have a place there. I think LSU could go pretty far, bro, with getting some guys right in this transfer portal time right now. I think if they add a few more pieces to the puzzle, they can move in the right direction. And then I think Ohio State, of course. So I think Oregon, Notre Dame, Ohio State. Who was that last team I was just saying?
Ohio
LSU.
State.
LSU. I think LSU, Oregon, Ohio State, and then
Notre Dame.
Yeah, I think those 4 teams. I think those 4 teams could be that. But I also want to call a slipper though. I think somebody could slip in there and make something happen, bro. Because I think North Carolina gonna make some noise, bro. I don't think they're gonna get that far this year, but I think they're gonna definitely because they're in that last season of the last coaching staff, and they just start doing good as those guys got older. So I don't know how I have a strong feeling that Belichick already knows what he's doing, especially being at the levels that he's at. And then with college, all it takes is development. You get what I'm saying? All it takes is development up there at that level. So I think North Carolina can slide in there, bro. They can at least be a top. They can at least, I think they'll get to the lowest, rank 11. I think they'll get to rank 11. Um, not make it to top 10 this year, but I think they can get to like top 15 maybe.
I can
I
see
think
it.
they can slip in there.
I can see it. So I kind of got a question because we're talking about this. Who do you think is the best and the worst conferences and why in college football?
College,
Yep, college.
don't go off of that, bro. I'm sorry. That's the conversation that I can't even have with anybody. That's not a, I don't, that's not, I don't want to go there because it's too much. Well, what about this? Or what about this? Bro, it's just too much, man. It's just too much for, um, with that type of stuff. I think personally, and this is just my personal opinion, you go off history and consistency, bro. You go off history and consistency. If you've been doing what Alabama been doing for the last however long years, or Georgia, if they're in the same conference, and we always hearing about these teams, bro. Historically, they're taking the ratings off the Richter scale. Everybody just wants to see somebody like Prime coaching, but I think before that, SEC was taking everything away. I don't want to say that, but I don't want to. I don't want to give an answer to that, bro, because I don't think like. I think if you a D1 college, everybody's awesome, and when you get to the league, everybody's great. It's some that are the greatest, but in college, everybody is awesome. You did enough work throughout your life to be deserved to be worth. I'll just cap it at $1 million in college right now to be worth $1 million, bro. So all across the board, all across the board, everybody is all across the board, bro. I don't want to even go to. I don't want to go, but if you what you think about that, man? You got an opinion on that? You got
So you being nice. So you brought up the Georgia and Alabama. I want to give some perspective to this, right? Georgia and Alabama, the SEC has dominance as far as championships and as far as getting guys out. To say they are the best conference, I can see where everybody would get it from. This is where I ask a question. Are they the best because of you're able to get into those schools much easier than other schools? I.e., before the Pac-12 broke up, teams went into the Big Ten, the Pac-12, Cal, Stanford, UCLA, UCLA,
Washington,
Washington.
Washington State.
These, I don't know if Washington State like a big academic school. Like you need grades in order to get into those schools. Like if you don't have a 3.5, they're not even talking to you. Right? And if you compare that to the SEC, and this is not knocking nobody, you only needed a 2.5 to get in. So if you're telling me the best athletes don't have the best grades all the time, where do you think you're going to go to school at?
Down south.
Okay. And I am pretty sure we don't know. It's been confirmed. It's been some stories that they wasn't paying. I'm pretty sure the SEC was paying then, right? So there's only one school in the SEC that academically you need grades, and that's Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt has only been good from what I've known when Jake Cutler was there, and they had one more other season. And there's recently this past season. Other than that, I have never heard Vanderbilt ever be in a powerhouse. So when we talk about yes, these teams are good, are we looking at the GPA that you have to get in order to get these kids? Because if that was the GPA for every school across the board, would we really be talking about Alabama or Georgia or the SEC in general?
Now that's a different conversation.
You feel me? So I'm not.
And technically, if everybody's staying home, you don't have to leave if they. You don't have to leave your town. A lot of people leave because they can't get into the certain schools.
Exactly. So let's take this back. Prior to Miami had all Florida dudes. When they went and won a championship, do you know who the quarterback was?
Wasn't it Tebow?
No. Tebow was at Florida. This is like 2001, 2000, right?
Oh, you said Miami.
Yeah, Miami gave Florida.
Oh no, I just remember all them running backs and all that gear they had.
So Coker was the head coach, and then I can't even think of his name, but the offense coordinator right now. I see his face. You know where he's from? The quarterback was from California. You got all these Florida dudes. You got a California quarterback, right? Before Alabama was good. They always was good. Who they get at quarterback? They got Tua. They got Bryce. They start getting these Cali quarterbacks. Yes, most of their talent they had talented guys. Don't get me wrong. Ohio State, you look at their quarterbacks. They get a lot of dudes from Cali. A lot of dudes from Cali. Now, why you think these Cali kids is not staying home? Ain't showing much love. That check a little bigger over there. You feel me? I'm only speculating. I don't have information.
Yeah, if I'm from Cali though, I'm out of there too. I ain't trying to pay that taxes. I need all my NIL.
But there's ways around that if you know how to structure it correctly.
No, yeah, I know. I'm just throwing that out, just messing around, throwing that out.
So I kind of went on a tangent, but who I think like overall, I think there's only two conferences that's good, and we can go through all of them. I know they change. So we go to SEC. I think there's only two teams that's good, and then three is every now and again. That's Alabama and Georgia. After that, everybody else is shaky, and they be like, "Oh, they won 3 games, 4 games," like, but they do that every year and lose to people they're not supposed to lose to. Me personally, as of late, I think the ACC is the worst conference. Clemson used to run it. Clemson don't even run it no more. Florida State used to run it. They don't even run it. I don't know who wins in the ACC at all. It's up and down. Anybody can win it week to week. I mean, year to year. The Big Ten, that's a top-heavy 2 teams. Ohio State and Michigan, that's it. Those are only 2 teams.
That's going to be every year.
And I respect. But now that this just show you how weak the Big Ten was prior. Oregon, UCLA, Washington came in. Who was in the Big Ten championship? Oregon and Penn State. You telling me in the year 1, when you come over, you already in the championship game? That just show you how weak as a conference it is. I'm not saying they're not good. I'm just saying as a whole conference. I think Ohio State, Michigan, they top, right?
These good points.
And then the Big 12, prior, I think they're in the same boat kind of with the ACC, even though now they realigned everybody. Anybody can win it. Like, I can't tell you anybody. I'm like, oh man, this like, you don't know who's gonna be good. Colorado, you just had Arizona State, who prior to that, with that same team, if everybody stays in the Pac-12, they might finish 4th or 5th still.
Yeah, they're getting slandered in the Pac-12.
Colorado's not going 9-3 if they stay in the Pac-12. Yeah. But you realign it and you change up who you play, everybody got an opportunity now.
Yeah, I like that though.
It is good. It's good. So
But it's
I'm not hating
going.
on it. But when we talk about what conference is good, yeah, you can go off the history of it and stuff like that. But if we talk about a conference, let's look at it head to toe. Head to toe. Yes, the SEC may have the best athletes. There's no doubt about that. But the best conference, if you talk about conference though, from head to toe, probably the Big Ten is probably the best conference now. You got SC.
I look at the Big Ten games more than any other games. Tell you that.
Well, we got the UCLA SC out there, so of course they showing that.
Yeah.
So I
Man,
just try to.
Utah, and them, Kansas State. I mean, Weaver State is. I mean, Utah State is what?
I
Yeah,
forgot what.
I don't even know I don't even know what conferences they're in. So that's why that's why I'm like, man, I'm good off the conferences. I'm like a team guy, But I totally get your point and understand what you're saying. That opens up my understanding to how weak some of these conferences were previously to when they had this change.
And I'll change it up even to then. So we talked about how great the SEC was the first year that Texas A&M left the Big 12 and Missouri left the Big 12 to go in the SEC. Guess who's in that championship game that year?
Yep.
Missouri and Texas A&M.
Texas A&M, I remember that.
You know who was in there the following year? I think
Texas
it was Alabama or Georgia versus Missouri. The first 2 years Missouri was in the conference, they went to the championship game. They ain't been since now because they've been sorry, but that just shows you that the style that the Big 12, and then they came over and they brought it over to the SEC. That SEC was playing. They were playing like the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're gonna run the ball and rely on defense. We're gonna run the ball and rely on defense. That's how the SEC played back then. And as soon as Texas A&M and Missouri came in, they was like, we got to change it up. We got to adapt. Now they went into a spread.
You got to go to that 3-4.
You feel me? So, and I think Matthew Stafford, he's a baller. Matthew Stafford still got records in the SEC throwing the ball because in the history of the SEC, they just ran the ball.
Yeah.
They just breaking records, and Matthew Stafford been in the league probably over 10. He's been in the league over 10 years.
Yeah, for sure. Because they won the championship, I think 2014-15.
Who you talking about? The Rams?
No, Georgia.
No, he didn't win when he was there. They never won when he was there.
He didn't win that year?
Mm-mm.
They had a nice little squad. They did. They did. That's right. They did
because
lose.
Mark Ritz kept getting to the championship game and losing. That's why they fired him.
Yeah. Brought on little Kirby.
So
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, man. So that's just, you feel me? I'm a West Coast guy, but I'm not. If it's not even about West Coast, let's just be honest. Let's call it a spade a spade. You feel me? Let's tell the whole story. Like I said, everybody's gonna feed the media about the SEC. I'm not saying the SEC not good. Let's just talk about the full picture, though. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. That's it.
Yeah. Man, I like that breakdown, man. I like how you broke it down because I definitely wasn't thinking like that prior to giving my answer.
So, bro, I want to ask this question, bro. I'm sure you got friends and stuff like that who everybody's into gambling, bro. Gambling is the new thing. Is gambling the new investing?
Seems backwards. Is gambling the new investment? So are you gambling on your investment? Um, it sounds like a tricky question, but I know it's just a straightforward question.
Well, let me
Um,
break it down for you then. Let me
I,
break it down. So people, they don't invest, but they rather gamble any extra money that they have. So, I'm in finance and stuff like that. This people like, man, I love to do this. Are you on you betting on this person, this and that? But when you have a conversation with them investing, I mean, either they don't want to talk about it or they have no idea what it is. That's what I'm saying. Is gambling the new investment or investing?
you got knowledge is power for everything. So depending on how you use that, I've never seen gambling as an investment. Now, if they have stocks for these gambling companies, it could be an investment. I don't see gambling ever being an investment. Gambling is luck. That's just my personal opinion. That's what I in the shortest, sweetest answer. I
See,
don't
this is
think
yeah.
you think what's your opinion on that? Do you think gambling is a new investment, or do you think how do you feel about that?
I think it is for our people in our culture because they don't want to learn. But the thing is, though, I
But
have
how
people,
could you say is gambling a new investment
and the reason
when
why they'll
the
do
people
it
never
over,
invested though?
they'll do it over investing. Though
So it's not the new investment.
to
It's
them, it is.
yeah.
That's how they make it
Like
right.
now it's a part of, so it's a part of your bills. You're writing this down maybe in your books, maybe. Like not even in your books, but this is like a tax. This is a part of your tax write off.
It's and this is what I don't understand,
Not
man.
a
We
write off, it's a part of your spendings and not your earnings.
exactly like, bro. We would learn anything and everything, but the stuff that actually is going to help us. Like I did it just a little bit just because I wanted to try it. Other than that, I'm like, I'm good. Like, because I understand how the business, they control a lot of stuff. But dudes can be like, I'll be like, how do you break down this parlay? They be like, oh man, you gotta do this and this and that. I'm like, bro, this is truly advanced. Like, you gotta think ahead, and you gotta. Why don't you just take that same way that you just learned how to gamble or this 7 leg parlay and invest in and put this money in there? But they don't want to do it. I kind of made a post, kind of making fun of it. Um, I kind of made this post. It was put on my story, Super Bowl, and everybody. I was at the Super Bowl party. I'm like, man, how much y'all bet? They're like, oh man, we bet on this and that. I was like, hey man, I know a lot of people invested, but it would be stupid, huh? Right? If everybody put that same money and started investing, and I put a joke like, nah, I'm tripping. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna listen to me. And people comment like, Nash, you stupid, like you dumb. Like, I know, like people will literally bet on the Super Bowl and probably don't even care nothing about the teams, but they won't put no money up for their future or for their family. This is it's just we backwards, man. I don't understand it, man. I don't understand it.
Yeah, but you can't help everybody, man. I'm glad I'm connected with you. I'm glad God connected us since I was a kid, since you was a kid, man. So I know that I'm learning and I'm still learning. Um, it just sucks that everybody don't have that access, and it's not because they don't want that access. They just don't know. You get what I'm saying? They don't know. Like this goes back to the beginning of the conversation. They don't know who to trust within their mentorship. They don't know that they can have somebody out there really helping them with these type of things, um, with just letting their own guard down and allowing somebody else to step in and just help you out. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I'm thankful for you, bro. I'm thankful for you as far as Man, just having that understanding of finances and giving it back, and giving it back in the most genuine way without even having a thought process of I'm not gonna tell them this or I'm not gonna tell them that, bro. You just speak and give it out. It's rare for a lot of people to be that way, but a lot of people feel like that information is their information. So to each his own, man. That's why we wish we could help everybody, bro. We wish we could have every single DB in our program. I wish for you, every DB in California would be locked into your program. I wish that every DB from Vegas, I mean, from the tip of Vegas to the top of Utah would at least give me an opportunity. But man, what they don't know, they won't. What they don't know won't hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
What they don't know won't hurt them. So they good without us, but we do stuff like this so we can put ourselves on the map. So then some of those people who are looking for these type of adventures, they end up finding us through the spirit, bro, because they searching for these type of, these callings and these hearings, these messages and stuff like that. So man, I like I said at the beginning of the call, man, as much as I'm working on myself, I do as best as I can to give it off to you guys and let you guys know that, we work in progress, and you gotta always understand that through life, we always gonna be a work in progress, man. So, the biggest thing you can do is be a sponge. Go get that information. Go ask. Don't be afraid to ask, man. If somebody tell you no, don't judge them. Don't do anything. Just go. Just know that door is not open for you.
Yep.
There is another door open for you. That don't mean stop trying to knock on doors and stop trying to break down barriers. Um, Continue to do it. Now, just change your approach on how you do it.
Yep, man. Yeah, man. So that's a flag, bro. That's a flag we gotta stop in our culture, bro. That's definitely a flag. We gotta get into investing, getting our money working for us rather than trying to get that short term money because you're gonna blow it anyways.
Really long term, because it's already short term. You got to get them out of the short term mindset. So as soon as they
Exactly.
see short term on any of these apps, they they're not going to look up a 5 year return. They're not going to look up a 3 year return. They're not going to look up uh what it's going to be from 1 year to date. They're not looking up what it's going to be from 6 months from now. They're looking up, or they are looking up stuff that is a 6 month from now return, or a 30-day return, a 90-day return, and stuff like that. So, man, I think if anybody is out there helping our people out, man, you you approach them with the long term aspect. You approach them with the long term aspect, because we so short term that just having short term, all he gonna do is pull that money out and go use it for gas. Pull that money out, go use it for to take the lady out or something, or pull the money out to go buy the kids something, or just unnecessary things. You know what I'm saying? Just having that short term mindset. So
Yep.
that's just my opinion on doing it. And it's still investing. It's still investing, and it's still understanding. But I think with a lot of people in our culture, they got to understand what long term is. And when you give somebody a long term understanding, they kind of live life differently.
Yeah. Yeah. For sure. For sure. For sure, man. For sure.
That's all
So,
I
bro,
got, right? That's all I got on my end, man.
what what uh questions you got regarding NFL?
All the top teams you want in the NFL. Who is your top? Oh yeah, that's right. NCAA and college, NCAA and NFL. Who is your top teams? Who you thinking? Man, who you number one? Who you think gonna win the Super Bowl?
Probably the
Let's
Chiefs.
just let's just invest in. Let's just invest on this. Let's in. What is it? Let's gamble on this investment.
The Chiefs or the Bills. Ah, they play each other. So Chiefs or the Eagles.
Playoffs for the NFC. Two teams.
Cincinnati.
And the
Ah, I got no, not Cincinnati. I got the Bills and Kansas City because I forgot Cincinnati defenses.
that's the NFC, right?
That's the AFC.
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 Yep. So NFC.
And then I got the Eagles and
Baltimore.
that Baltimore in the AFC.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Chiefs in them.
NFC Eagles. Who would the Eagles play? Whoever the Eagles play, they gonna get them out the way. They just got too many athletes. Man, who else
Who
is
did the Eagles just play? I was tripping.
in the
Oh, the
Super
Eagles.
Bowl? They popped Kansas City. But who would the Eagles play in the NFC? I can't think, but I would say Washington.
Oh, Washington.
Yeah, I would say Washington or the Bucks. Oh, Detroit. I'm tripping. Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah. I'm tripping.
Detroit, yep. Damn, we really talking about Detroit like this.
Well, things about to change. They just lost their defensive coordinator, lost the offensive coordinator. So we're going off their talent. So who knows? So I'm putting Detroit, but I'm most likely I'm going with the Bucks. So I'm going Philly and the Bucks just because of Detroit, that whole situation.
Tampa Bay quarterback.
Baker Mayfield. But you know the Bucks lost to Detroit too in the playoffs.
Yeah, Detroit is not playing, bro. They're tired of getting there and Stephon Diggs in it.
Well, it might be a wrap though, bro. They just lost their offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. It come down to coaching too, man. You can have all the athletes you want. You ain't got the correct coaching. It can be ugly.
Think you got to take at least 12 pages from that offensive playbook and keep that over there, bro. It doesn't matter what offensive scheme you bring in. I don't give a damn.
I mean, it's all good and gravy. I seen that firsthand. I experienced it at Middle Tennessee where the defensive coordinator left and we kept the same defense. We didn't run it the same. So you can have them same plays all you want. If you don't understand how to execute it, it can be ugly still.
Yeah, that ain't wild.
It can be ugly. What about you, bro? Who you think?
I got Philadelphia, bro. Philadelphia winning it all.
Really 2 years in a row, back to back.
I think they can.
They got the defense. They got all the pieces. All the pieces.
And they coach is still the same. I think they added some, yeah. So I think they're the most prominent team just because of the leadership that they have over there. Like their leadership is crazy.
They do the things correctly. I think Kansas City has the best defensive coordinator in the game. Spo is the best defensive coordinator in the game, hands down. And then the Eagles got Vic. He up there. He top. Uh, I think the Eagles got more talent defensively. And then offense, you got Ed Reed calling plays for Cincinnati, and you got Pat Mahomes. I think you got too many weapons over there for Philadelphia, though. Like, you can't double team nobody over there. You can't. You double team AJ or Devontae, some guard are gonna be open. You play
That
single
little slot
coverage.
they got.
Yeah, you play single coverage. Good luck. If you don't put enough people in the box, you got Saquon, he gonna break it. It's good luck, Chuck.
I got Philly, man. That ain't even my team. I don't have an NFL team, man. I'm becoming more of a player. A player's more like a player's fan rather than a team fan.
Mm-hmm. Now I feel that. So if we ain't talking, if you was a betting man, you got Philly. And who they playing on in the Super Bowl?
Oh, I think they're gonna play against Mahomes and them or Philly, Lamar and them.
So Baltimore, it could be Baltimore.
Philadelphia and Baltimore.
I was just having this conversation the other day. I think Baltimore is like hands down probably the most gifted,
Athletic.
most athletic team, offense, defense, but they beat themselves. They do bone head
I
stuff like
honestly
all
think they're
the
missing a
time.
piece. I honestly think they're missing a piece to the puzzle on that coaching staff somewhere, bro. I think they need like a different running backs coach. Their receiver coach is incredible. Um, Quarterbacks coach is well, they might need a new quarterbacks coach, bro, because yeah, they might need a new quarterbacks coach. I just think they missing one spiritual piece in that locker room, bro.
I
I
agree
think
with
they missing one spiritual piece in there that's not allowing them to push, bro. Because yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's one spiritual piece that's missing on their staff because everything starts from the top to the bottom.
you. I don't know what's going on. Like the how explosive that offense is, they settle for so many field goals. Like if you go back to last 3 years, 4 years, they be in the red zone and they'll just like turn on the ball, or they'll lose like 30 yards and gotta kick a field goal, or they'll just go backwards. I'm like, if they just scored if they scored, if they got to the red zone 8 times and just scored six, it'd be a blowout. They put so much pressure, their defense can hold everybody else. But they will kick six field goals. Six of them. Six
Well,
out of
then
eight.
again, that's also another part of the NFL scam.
I don't know.
That's Justin Tucker, man. They trying to make him go down as one of the best kickers in NFL history with Vinatieri and them. He's the only kicker on the game, 99.
He should. Other than last season, but he should.
Come on, man.
What I don't understand is what they gonna do without him now. He gone.
Oh,
They
then
re-
he get the,
they released him.
he something happened legally, huh?
Yeah, we're not gonna get into that because that's a different story. But yeah, he's suspended for 10 games, but they released him still.
You got 7 games, bro. Oh, they released him.
They released him, so who? And they said they really liked his kicker, so we gonna see that. If you talking about you like the kicker, that tells me you ain't changed your mindset of we gonna score in the red zone. What are you talking about? We really like the kicker.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real crazy year, man. It's gonna be a real crazy year, man. I think it's gonna be a real crazy year, but it's also gonna be a fun one, man. I just pray that everybody is putting in that work right now, man, and making sure they doing all that they can do so they can play a whole season. It's a long season, y'all.
Yup, it is a long season. Want them Raiders to step up. Let's see what Pete Carroll talking about, man. We got a couple of Dina boys out there too who play for the Raiders. We got Dina everywhere in the league, but really repping for the home team.
Yeah, them the closest ones to the 626.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be there checking them out. Got a couple of them all over the map, man. Shout out to all the guys in the league, man. All the guys that made it and continue to stay. I think it's easy. I think it's easy to stay in the league now. I think it's easier to stay in the league. I think that's a topic we should talk about next week.
Ooh, staying in the league. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a topic we should talk about next week. See if we can get Kevon on here.
Yup. Shoot, Kevon been in there for a minute now. For a minute.
Man, I think he going on his 10 year.
That's love, bro. You got that check for life.
Hell yeah.
Got that check for life. Bro, any other topics off the top of your head you wanted to discuss, man?
That's pretty much all I got for tonight.
Bet, bro. Bet,
Yeah,
man.
that's all I got for tonight. I covered everything. I pretty much got it, and you kind of fill me in on some more information too, like you do all the time. So that's everything that I needed and everything that I had.
We got another episode, bro. We throwing flags on the culture and bringing some awareness to some things, man. Y'all keep tuning in. Keep tuning in. Aaron, Arnest, we back at it next week, bro.
We back at it next week, y'all, man. Make sure y'all tap in, man. We're going to keep throwing these flags week by week, man. If y'all want to hear something, y'all got a topic y'all want us to discuss, And man, even if you think you want to come on the show and talk, chit chat with us for a couple minutes, or maybe even, just come on here to just show some love, man. We just want y'all to reach out, man. Reach out and see, just reach out to us in any way you can. Just, send your love, send your everything, man. Thank y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. We're gonna keep throwing flags on the culture.
Always, man. We out, man. I'll talk to you.
See y'all. All right, Ness.